Are you researching careers trying to figure out is videography even in demand? Once you kind of have a glimpse of that, are you trying to figure out who actually would use videography as a service and how would they use it effectively? In this video, I've got you covered. Internet, welcome back. It's your boy Robert Teegarden here again. Today we are talking about the demand for videography. As a full-time professional videographer for several years and a part-time college professor, I've got a lot to say about this subject, especially if it's something that you're researching for you and your career. The first thing I wanted to talk about is how one would kind of assimilate the need or the demand for videography and give you a little story in terms of how it happened to me. When I was finishing my MBA back in, I started to realize that there was a massive demand for the visual images that we're starting to see now, or that we've seen for the last several years. When I realized that there was a ton of small businesses that either had a small marketing department or no marketing department at all, but yet had the need to be competitive and have a visual presence within their market space, it hit me like a ton of bricks. You're effectively invisible as a small business if you don't have a visual presence that's being populated and distributed online. And thinking of all of the different businesses and services that would need video, it really made sense to me to start to put a ton of time and energy into this developing field. Now, if I started to think about all of the industries that needed video and the circumstances that needed video, I became overwhelmed by the opportunity to be able to serve the market. Now, from that standpoint, I started to say, okay, well, which area do I want to specifically niche down to, and which areas make sense for me and my business and my skill set and experiences? I landed in the music and health and wellness space because those are areas that are intimate to me and things that I know very, very well. But that's probably not the same for you. And you could be looking at things like doing corporate videos. You could be doing more music videos. You could be doing weddings. You could be doing event recaps. You could be doing political videos. There's so many different elements that are necessary for you to be able to serve a market. It really is just a matter of which sector you want to serve, not is there a sector to serve. The next thing I want us to think about is all of the places that video can live that would end up helping a business or a client. So things like Yelp and things like Google Business. A lot of people miss these opportunities because they're not avid users of them, but there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people perusing these places every single day, trying to figure out, is this a place I want to eat? Is this a dentist office that I want to visit? Is this location where I think it is? And using video to tell that story to get that perfect customer through the door for your client is an unbelievably effective way of utilizing video. Then there's the influencer space, which constantly need video because their entire business model is predicated on communicating with their audience through a visual medium. Not to mention that social platforms have been rewarding video for the last several years in the sense that they're just auto-playing video immediately, and most platforms algorithmically are going to prioritize videos over still images as well. You using your superpower as a videographer to capture those messages and to put them in the effective platform, whether it's, your Instagrams, your TikToks, or whatever it is, to make sure that you're communicating effectively with their audience, whether that's just simply having a conversation throughout the day or a particular brand deal. The need for video is massive in completing that objective. We've talked about this before as well, in the sense that consumers are consuming more content than ever before. They're scrolling 300 feet a day on social platforms. We're binge watching shows on Netflix, Hulu, whatever the Paramount Plus, or all the different things that are going. There's so many services that are happening now. It's more like paying your cable bill. Do you guys even know what a cable bill is anymore? So it's more like paying the cable bill because there's so many opportunities for video to exist. When you start to compile all of these things, the fact that there's businesses that don't have a marketing department, they have a visual need. There's platforms that are prioritizing video and consumers that are continuously consuming video. The demand for video has been at an all-time high, and I don't think that it's slowing down anytime soon. Now, all of this stuff bodes very well for video creators. And while I'm not necessarily saying that video might be better than photography or graphic design or some other form of visual image, maybe I am. maybe I am saying something like that, but in terms of the opportunity that's going on right now, that is the priority. Video is the priority. So putting yourself and positioning yourself, competitively speaking, in an environment where video is king, now is the time for video creators to really get on the fence and start pushing what we do as a most effective way that we can do these things possible. So, like we've talked about in other videos, investing in yourself, bolstering up your skill set, improving on what you do, and making sure that the soft skills on how you run your business are up to par. This is really a time to get into this business. It's not necessarily the Hollywood and TV that it used to be, but the opportunities are so massive and they're just abound that you really can't miss if you start to push this thing with just a little bit of a business focus and market yourself effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, like the damn video. If you haven't already, I don't know what you're doing. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for post notifications, because I know you're finding value in these videos and you want to tune in and tell your friends for what's going on next week when we talk about, I don't know, you tell me, ring me out in the comments and say, yo, Teegarden, I'm tired of this stuff. Let's talk about these things. Or you made a good point here. Let's talk about this. And as you guys are all clicking off, I'm going to say this is Teegarden with another video in the can. We'll see you next week. Peace.